enjoy the cons. Hello explorers, it's Keto Explorer here, and today I'm taking you along with me as I fly with Air Europa the first time from JFK in New York City to Madrid, Spain. I'll also be telling you about the pros and cons of flying with Air Europa. So stay tuned and enjoy the journey.
En el asiento de salida de emergencia.
Ok, pero si esa es la que está en la emergencia, las 3 niñas.
Explorers, I hope you enjoyed seeing inside of Air Europa and seeing my boarding process and my experience with them. So now I'm going to tell you about the pros and cons of flying with Air Europa, because this is first trip I was able to fly Air Europa, and I flew 3 different flights with them. So I'm going to start off with the cons, and I have 3 cons I want to share with you. For the cons, I do not like their website. They need to do some maintenance on it. Every time I have tried to go and change certain things or having to change my flight, I get through the whole process, and then when you click the final button, this coding comes up. What? That shouldn't come up. So they really need to work on it. It has gotten better since I started dealing with Air Europa in the beginning of 2020, but it still has some glitches that need to be worked out. The second thing, I flew out of JFK, New York City, to fly to Madrid, and check-in counters open a certain amount of time prior to departure. When I got to the international concourse, or that terminal for Air Europa, the people at the airport said the counter will open up at 6 p.m., 4 hours prior to departure. Yeah, that didn't happen. At 6 p.m., they were still setting up, and the person who just was the top person in charge, she was just taking her whole precious time, okay? And she was just too much for me. I feel like she didn't believe that I had Sky Priority access, and that's a whole nother story. Whatever. So yeah, they are not timely, at least in JFK in New York City, because I did not experience that in Madrid, Spain. And the last con is that they did not come around frequently with stuff on the plane. Now that can get annoying. I don't know if there's a happy middle, but they came around with food close to when the flight started. And they came around at some point selling duty-free items. Now on my flight on the way to Madrid, they didn't come around again at all. And I'm like, I am thirsty. So make sure you take your own bottle of water on flight, because they did not come back around unless you want to get up and go and see the flight attendants to get your own water, or call a flight attendant to bring you some water. It's definitely not convenient, especially if you're sitting by a window seat and you have to disturb 2 people you don't know to get up and go get water. So that's kind of aggravating. On my flight back from Madrid to JFK, I think they came around one time for something to drink, but it was shortly after serving the food. So timing there is just not okay. Like, I would like to have at least water one other time or something to drink one other time besides with my meal. Now let's talk about the pros of flying Air Europa. And I have 5 pros, 5, which is obviously more than the cons. So it's already decent because the pros outweigh the cons. So let's talk about them. First, they are very helpful over the phone. Like I mentioned, the website can be a little trashy, a little glitchy sometimes. But every time I've called, every representative has been really helpful, except for March 2020, but no airline was helpful then. Actually, the whole world was a whole hot mess and they fell right in line with the mess, right? But that's not their fault. But they are really helpful when it comes to getting customer service over the phone. The second thing is that the planes are really nice. They look fairly new. It's the first time I've ever been on a plane where you can adjust the tint on the window. So there's no shade anymore, there's tint. So they can control it and adjust the tint on all of the windows, which I noticed is what they did for my flight from JFK to Madrid. But on the way back, I could adjust it, so because it was daytime. So I could leave the window open so I could see out of the window the whole time, or I could just press the button down to make it as dark as possible. So all I see is a little shining dot of the sun, and the rest of the window is pretty dark purple color. So I thought that was really cool that you can dim the lighting or tinting on the window. The third thing is that Air Europa does honors Delta status, or their Sky Team member statuses. So if you are a gold or a platinum or diamond member, you will get Elite Plus status on Air Europa. So you get airport lounge access, free access. You get all of the Sky Priority access, and you don't have to worry about having any level with Air Europa because it is honored. And if you're a silver member with Delta, you get elite access. I don't know what that all entails. Obviously, it's going to be a little less than what the Elite Plus is, but more than what just a general member is. So I thought that was great that they do match Delta status. Number 4, you can earn miles for Delta while flying Air Europa, but you have to be careful on the ticket class that you purchase. So if you purchase first class, business class, or certain levels or certain ticket types of economy class, you will get 1-for-1 matching, and there may be bonuses. Like first class, you get a 100% bonus plus the 100% match. But there are certain ticket classes where you won't earn any points, and those are usually typically the cheap flights that you would find for Air Europa. So I'm going to leave a link down below so you can have the listing of the classes. So if you're going to buy a ticket class and you really want to earn miles with Delta, you need to pay attention to that chart. And the last pro is that the flight was really clean. Each of the 3 flights that I went on for Air Europa, every single one was clean. No crumbs laying around, no trash, nothing, because I have seen that on planes, okay? So it was very clean, no spots, nothing. Definitely appreciate that. So that is all about my experience in flying Air Europa, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about flying Air Europa Airlines, make sure you leave that down below in the comment box. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, yes. And make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and social media networks, because someone in your network may want to know about flying with Air Europa. And lastly, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when all of my videos are released. Videos outside of Vlogmas, because right now I'm participating in Vlogmas through December 25th, 2021. So videos coming out every single day. But outside of Vlogmas, videos come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And on my channel, I talk about all things travel, photography, and the environment. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever in the world you are. Bye.